Hi, I am Jenny Spinner, Chief Editor of Snack Food and Wholesale Bakery, and I'm here with Owen White of PB2. Owen, how are you doing today?
Good, Jenny. How are you?
Good, good. Well, there's been some really interesting stuff going over at PB2, and I'm a fan of the company, but I will let you tell the story. So I was wondering if you could start off by sharing an overview of PB2 Foods, how the company got started, how the company's grown and evolved, and what sets the company apart.
Sure. It's kind of a long story, and I'll start at the beginning. 2007, our founder invented the category of powdered peanut butter. We sell powdered peanut butter, which is we get peanuts and we press the oil out of them, and what's remained is we call it flour. It's a low fat, low calorie version. And people, if you add water back to it, you can make a traditional peanut butter spread higher in protein but lower in fat than the traditional one. So a really great product that hits lots of trends. He founded that category, and he was making it out of the basement of a Baptist church in Tifton, Georgia, where the company is founded. And then through word of mouth, it started getting bigger, and he developed an online presence and was selling online. And then a influencer, this was still back in 2007, 2008, an influencer picked it up and had a really big audience. And she was talking about PB2, and it kind of exploded. It became so big that he needed a brand new, we have a 110,000 square foot facility that was purchased. Sales went great. We started getting retailers like Walmart and Kroger picking the product up. And it just went from there. And the company grew and grew and grew until we started getting people taking note of it, and competition came. And the founder at that point looked like he needed some help. So he started losing market shares. Other people came into the business. In around 5 years ago, a group of us from a different CPG company came across. So there was a new CEO of PB2 called Craig Entwistle, and he brought three of us from the previous company across kind of to take it to the next level. So you mentioned that we've been expanding. We've started adding multiple different products into our portfolio, spreading across the grocery store, and are now on a really good growth path again, taking back market share and growing. And to go back to the second part of your question about what makes us different to the competition, one of the key things is we're located in central Georgia. When we drive out to our facility, we go through peanut fields. We're in the heart of peanut country. There are one or two other brands that, like I mentioned, that are in the market space. They are not Georgia based, so that's one thing that sets us apart. And we really got into this category early. Right now, plant-based, simple, clean ingredients are completely on trend, and we've been doing it for 10, 15 years. So we're the established brand, and people trust PB2 and know what PB2 is. So I think that's kind of what sets us apart from other people out there.
Yeah, it sits on, at least when I go shopping, I find it next to the other peanut butter, even though it's a completely different product. And as you hinted at, PB2 isn't just there, it's spreading across the grocery store. So could you talk a little bit about the evolution of your products and the new products that you've introduced in recent years and months?
Yeah. So at PB2, we kind of have a handful of non-negotiables on what our products are going to be. Plant-based, simple ingredients, kind of health focused. Not always. We are definitely not a diet product, even though it's lower fat and lower calorie than traditional peanut butter. We want products that have a function and a use, and it is we say it's slightly better than what's out there. But those are some of the non-negotiables, and luckily we have a really good social following that likes to talk about using PB2. So we can see what people were using PB2 for. So obviously we expanded the powdered peanut butter and added flavors because that was a simple extension. We have chocolate, we've tried vanilla, we have a crunchy product with little peanut pieces in there. But one thing that we saw people using it mostly for was adding it to a protein shake or a smoothie for flavor and for added protein. So an obvious next step was to go in and make our own protein powder. So we have a lineup of, we call it PB2 Performance. We have a peanut flavor, a chocolate flavor, and a vanilla flavor. And it's big jar, 20 grams of protein, no sugar, protein powders. We sell, like we do with all our products, in grocery stores and online. So that was added to our portfolio. Then something that we launched early last year was, we call it PB2 Pantry, which is our baking mixes. People we also using our product as a replacement for flour in any baking needs, but that one we wanted to develop a ready-to-use solution where they didn't have to mix up on a bunch of things. So this one is, we have a brownie, a cookie, and an apple cinnamon muffin, and it's a product where you can either add egg and oil for we call it traditional baking, or sticking to our roots of plant-based, we offer a plant-based cooking alternative as well. So with the brownies and cookies, you use banana, and with the muffins, you use applesauce. So baking mix was added early last year, and then the final one that we added was, we launched 2 protein bars. Again, fits in with the brand. This one was actually brought to us, an idea from one of our retail partners. The buyer for Kroger was a big fan of PB2. She was bringing in all of our products, and she basically told us in a meeting, you guys need to make a protein bar, because I would buy it as a retailer. So knowing it would fit with us and that we have a customer, we launched 2 protein bars. We have an almond and chocolate, and we have a peanut chocolate. Both are between 190 and 200 calories, and will deliver 13 to 15 grams of protein per bar as well. So like you hinted at, we want to have PB2 in multiple areas of the grocery store. So we establish our brands in multiple places, and we think that a PB2 user could be using all of our different products within their diet as well.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And not that I'm going to take credit for the protein bars, but as somebody that's got a jar of the powder in her pantry, I've added it to home baking products because it's a little friendlier. It doesn't mess with the consistencies of cakes and brownies and stuff. And who wants more fat in their food? So it's really interesting to see the innovation that you've got going on, and the expansion into other parts of the store. So well done that. What is next for PB2? Is the sky the limit? Are you planning on going into any other new products that you can tell me about?
Yeah, we don't have too many exact anything nailed down as of now. We've got multiple different things that we're working on, and again, it's a 2-phased approach. We have our 4 different platforms already of the nut butters, baking, protein powders, and protein bars. We will continue to look for ways to expand in those categories, be it new flavors, be it new alternative nuts. In our facility around 3 or 4 years ago, we added an additional, we call it our tree nut line. So we do almonds and cashews, and we built basically a building within our building to deal with allergen issues, so there's no cross-contamination. So there's innovation in that space, and then there's also innovation in new categories. So we're looking at multiple areas of the grocery store. I can tell you that 2 different categories that we've had interest in are snacking, which again is kind of down the line of what we're looking at in protein bars as well, and also in beverages. Again, just taking that next step to a fully finished product. There's multiple different things that we would like to do. We're just trying to find the right customers, the right product, the right time, because obviously we're launching multiple different things at once. It's been, I think, in the 4 or 5 years I've been here, we really only had 2 items in distribution, and now we're pushing 20, 25. So it's been pretty quick growth.
Yeah, it's as somebody who, as a consumer, has been a customer since the beginning. It's really interesting to see what you're doing from a buyer, but also from somebody that covers the snack and bakery industry. So yeah, anything you got coming up, please feel free to let me know, and I'll pass it along to the audience.
You will.
Well, I will let you go to your busy day. But is there anything you'd like to add before we sign off?
I don't think so. I just wanted to thank you for your time and letting me talk about PB2 to your audience. So that's all I had.
It is my pleasure, but thank you for your time, and have a great day. And audience, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.